We have people signed up on behalf of the Norman Rockwell Museum.
You know, I'm talking about it, I'm in the classroom, but when you come here and you're seeing it all face to face, you realize how great this person was.
Looking at Four Freedoms at the Norman Rockwell Museum, I was totally inspired by the fact that it's going to be 75 years old pretty soon. The concept behind it was, what is their freedom like compared to 75 years ago?
The theme of it is basically the freedom of love. People should be who they are and not have fear of someone thinking differently of them.
In other countries, people are getting prosecuted and stuff, but here you can share your opinion.
I knew I was interested in science and health technology, etc., but this project helped me put it on paper. And doing this project, I learned a little bit more about his Four Freedoms posters, and it kind of inspired me to do this.
This project allowed the students to have their voice come through in their artwork, but whether they go on to do something art and design related or not, I hope that they walk away with at least an appreciation of what art has as its impact on people, on society.
I was really inspired by the artistic process you guys showed. It's creating something out of nothing, and how do you take reference pictures, do color studies, and the first draft and the final piece.
She created a update or an altered view of Main Street using the Forbidden City. Horizons and Turns do help us with groups often, and Mindy was involved in our high school art show, was integral in helping us install the show and also going through to do some cross-checking. She was a good help throughout the entire experience. Well, the high school art show started about 30 years ago. This was our 30th year this year. The Norman Rockwell Museum has always been a place where people have felt they could gather and where families could gather. And the high school art show was really a way to get students involved in the museum.
I'm super excited. I would love to try and do something in the style of some of these artists, and I think I've gotten a lot more ideas for many more art projects.
I've lived here all my life, so the museum's just been a thing that's been around me, so I've come when I was little a lot. I want to go into art, so this is a really good experience for me.
The Student Resource Center in Pittsfield is an organization that the sheriff oversees, and he takes kids in that need a little extra help.
I like shoes, right? And my friend that had passed liked shoes too. So I got the wings and the halo, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It represents me and my friend.
These kids need to express themselves in ways that are positive and safe and challenging, and that's what art does.
It was really cool. There was a pride of ownership by the end of the process where everybody would, you hear kids walking by say, check this out, look what I did, just a kind of pride with the work that they had accomplished.
Bring these kids up, talk about the fact that they could have done anything with their motivation, but they chose to do something for their community.
I started in afternoon class about 2 years ago that was now evolved into Norman Rockwell Place. We were talking about the difference between discrimination and prejudice, one being an action, one being a thought, and we brought in Norman Rockwell as our visual piece of that. The Four Freedoms, the Ruby Bridges picture, and we looked at the problems that Norman Rockwell showed America. You know, it's time to change, it's time to be aware, it's time to have some kind of consciousness about what's going on in this country.
In the tour, we talk about Rockwell as a person and talk about where he grew up, and you could hear the students sort of start to chit-chat a little bit. And what Renee told me was when they got back to school, they asked her, where did Norman Rockwell live? And she checked with us again and confirmed the fact. Rockwell only lived a block away, and that was really the genesis of the street naming project.
When we're doing the petition, there were a couple of people that were like, you're ridiculous. You guys can't do that.
So now when you see the lady, be like, oh, excuse me, are we ridiculous?
This was an artist who had a view of America that encompassed people of all faiths and all backgrounds. And I am convinced that that worldview was formed right here on 103rd Street. And we wouldn't know about this here in our community if it hadn't been for the incredible student leaders of West Side High. Let's give them a big round of applause.